Alright, quick update on Bitcoin. So I will provide my short-term analysis in this video. Nonetheless, I have just recorded a long-term analysis video based on Elliott waves that I will be uploading literally like a minute or so after I upload this short-term analysis video. But before I jump into the short-term analysis, while I was looking at the long-term charts, I cleared up this chart and I noticed something very interesting and I wanted to show it to you before we jump into the short-term analysis. So if we look at types of divergences, now I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't understand bullish divergences and bearish divergences. So there's two things you need to know. First of all, the top here, we're focusing on the price. The bottom down here, we're focusing on the oscillator. And in this case, our oscillator is going to be the RSI, or the relative strength index. Now, if we come down to the bottom here, you can see bullish divergence. Now, this means that the price is diverging to the upside while the oscillator is heading down most of the time. And if we look at what's going on right now, we're seeing hidden bullish divergence, which is a continuation pattern. Now, what does this mean? So for bullish divergence, you need to see higher lows in terms of the price. If we come over to the Bitcoin price, well, you can see we've got lows down here and we're building higher lows as we go. For our oscillator, what does it mean? It means that the lows that we put in on our oscillator, which once again, for this purpose of this video, I'm going to be using the RSI, the relative strength index, our oscillator is putting in lower highs. So our oscillator is heading down over the macro term, our price is heading up over the macro term as well. And this is what we call a hidden bullish divergence. There's really nothing else to it apart from that. But the hidden bullish price divergence is very, very strong. So while it doesn't necessarily have a price target associated with it, it would be predicting something like this. Obviously not in a straight line, but a move up to these previous invalidation regions where we run into. So that's really all I wanted to talk about for that. I thought that was something interesting that I could pull out. Nonetheless, if we come over to the short-term analysis, not much has changed. In yesterday's video, I highlighted we were falling to the downside of this asymmetrical triangle pattern on the 4-hour. You can see it had a price target breakdown all the way down to 38,000. Now, we only came up to, well, actually, wait, no, that can't. Yeah, so this only came up to 38,500, and the price target down here was 38,200. So we literally pretty much hit that on the head. I mean, we were only less than 1% off. We pretty much came all the way down, filled it, and then started to head back up. So this is looking really, really good in my opinion. This is what we needed to see. I told you before, I would like to see 39,000 hold, and wicks don't matter, but daily closes do. And as you can see, we had a wick to 39, and now we're heading back up. So what should we expect in the short term? Now, on the daily, the uptrend is still very much intact. If we look at the money flow indicator, I've been calling this for the past week. I mean, people have probably got sick of me talking about the MFI, but it's such a strong signal. I told you that we've bottomed over online on the MFI, and if we zoom out, I have to zoom out very, very far, because the last time we went below 9 was in 2015. So I said we have 7 years worth of data on the money flow indicator saying that this is the bottom. That's why I believed it was the bottom. That's why I was smashing the buy button the whole time. And yeah, we're starting to head up. The total crypto market cap, we're back above the 618 Fibonacci at 1.84 trillion. If I zoom out, you can see we've got our 618 right here. This is where we get our target. Very important. And on the MFI as well, it looks like we've come down and found a bottom at 16 respectively. Now, when was the last time we came down to 16? Was it here? Yeah, so 2018. So another chart with 4 years worth of price history in this instance, saying that on the total crypto market cap, this is the bottom. So for the total crypto market cap and Bitcoin, I am becoming very bullish. I'm buying more and more Bitcoin every single day. And if we finish off with the stock market having a very, very small bounce. I mean, nothing that crazy. The dollar's still going up. I mean, that's really surprising to me. Honestly, I thought the dollar would have topped out at 100. I have to admit, I was completely wrong on that. We are still heading up on the dollar, but nonetheless, I still do think my triple top theory is going to play out. You can see, I mean, technically, if I drew it to the wick here, you could potentially see a triple top like this, potentially coming up to 102. I believe I drew it to the close, which was right here. Or no, I was looking at this on the weekly actually. So it was the weekly close that was actually down here that we drew it to. But I guess as this is from the wick and this is a wick, I guess this is more valid. So I mean, the dollar still does have more room to move up potentially. Nonetheless, I wouldn't be banking on it. I think the dollar's going to top out very soon, and that's going to cause a very nice rally to come for Bitcoin in the short term. So what does Bitcoin need to do? Does it need to break above anywhere? I honestly don't think it does. Normally, I would draw a fib and I'd say, oh, once we take out this level, we're bullish, but we're above the 0.5 Fibonacci. We retested it, and we're starting to head up. So I really don't have any price targets that we need to get above. As far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin can chop around, you know, do this sideways walk for as long as it wants to, as long as we don't come back down to 39,000, because then, like I said, we would be kind of invalidating this this higher low structure, because we've got a low down here at 37.7. Now we've got one at 38.5, so I wouldn't want to see us break down again. On the 4 hour though, we're hopping above the 4 hourly EMA, so I'd say if we have a strong break above 41,000, which is obviously a psychological level as well, we will continue the push up to 42.5. Once we break out of 42.5, there's really not anything else that we need to worry about apart from the all-time high, in my opinion. So that is all I've got for Bitcoin. I will talk about other price targets that we have coming up in the next video. Probably tomorrow I'll talk about other regions of support and resistance which I do have in mind. For example, we have 55,000 up there, which is going to be a strong level of resistance at the 618 as well. But nonetheless, I did just make a huge video on Bitcoin, and you know, this is really my short-term analysis video on Bitcoin, so I'm not going to run down all of these lines in the chart. We can do that in another video. The most important thing now is to continue seeing momentum come through. So once again, I'd want to see 41,000 break, but I'm not, you know, panicking if we don't break it. As far as I'm concerned, we have bottomed and we are starting to head up. That's all I've got for Bitcoin. Bottom's definitely in my opinion. Could be wrong, but this MFI really says it all in my opinion. We're Wing out, looking exceptionally nice. I have absolutely no concerns on Bitcoin right now. That's all I've got for you today. Once again, not financial advice, just my opinion on the market. Cowboy out. Peace.